So I have created two EC2 instances. So I will check whether the EC2 instance will be application installed or not inside this one. Click on this one and copy the IP address. Go to the browser, http:// IP address. So this will be access. Next will be the second IP. I'll take this public IP, http:// So I have given the without, this means, right, you can imagine 80 default it will take. You can give 80 also, you getting the same output. Okay, same thing. So these two are available and running. Now I will check this how it will be adding to our EC2, our target groups. Sorry. So inside the target groups, target 3 is the my target group name. So I am going to register the targets. Click on register targets, and we can select these two and include as pending. So this will be adding. Now I am going to register the targets. So now I have added these two EC2 instance inside the target group. I added the two EC2 instance inside my target group. Okay. Next I am going to create the load balancer. Create load balancer. So already told you, right, we have three type of application load balancer. Three type of the load balancer. First will be the application load balancer, next network load balancer, and gateway load balancer. So next I am going to create application load balancer. Give it the load balancer name. My new LB, my new load balancer. It's internet facing only. So it will be creating this load balancer to accept the request from the external world, from the internet. Suppose you are going to select this internal, this will be used for when you are going to access the instances inside of the your account. So inside of the private subnets we are going to access it. So on that time we are going to use the internal. Right now I am accessing from the internet, so I am selecting internet facing IPv4, and network mapping I am going to use the VPC. After that I am going to select these two availability zones. So it will be from VPC, it will going to take the two subnets. What are the instance installed in these two subnets? Those requests can be handled with the load balancer. So I need to select these two load balancers, sorry, subnets. So inside security group E, we have going to create a security group, or we can using the existing as well. Okay, I am going to add the new load balancer. I am going to remove this one. I am adding new LB. Okay, inside this load balancer I am going to add all ports to accessing the internet. Okay, so here this will be done. Next thing should be the, so in the listener spot, inside listener, what I have defined, when request coming to the 804, it will be going to where the request will be going to access it. So from load balancer, how it will be going to. So I will show one diagram. You can see this. So from the user, first with the help of the security groups defined, right, already at the load balancer we have defined the security groups. Based on the security group request, it will listen the HTTP traffic first, then it will be coming to the application load balancer. From application load balancer it will be listen all rules. What rules I had defined? With the port number 80, if it's port number 80, then automatically we are going to listen the target. So I have defined the same thing here. See, when request coming to the HTTP protocol and with the port number 80, the request will be going to the target group 3. If any request from the browser with HTTP protocol and with port number 80, that will be redirected to the target group. So what will be having inside target group? Target will group having the targets. What targets? I have added two EC2 instance, right? Inside EC2 instance we have the web servers, right? So when request coming from internet with this HTTP 80, it will be direct to the target group. Target group will be calling the EC2 instances. So based on the load only it will be redirecting the request. So I added these things here. Okay. Next I am going to create the load balancer. Create the load balancer. So now the load balancer has been created. You can check still is provisioning state. It will be going to come active state. Okay. So meantime we can verify in the VPCs. We have already created the subnet VPC. This is what VPC we have created, and subnets. Okay, these two are subnets I have created, and subnets can be associated with the routing table. So these can be communicated with the routing tables, right? So to routing the route tables, I have created this routing table. So when I clicking this one here, I have added subnet association. Both subnets can be added into the routing table. Next, routes. So where it will be request to can be accessing. So from internet gateway, it will be taking the request. So then I have added edit rules. I have selected the network anyway, internet gateway my face way, and I have already created the internet gateway that I have added to this route table. Okay, this already added it. So next will be the, let me check whether it's coming on. Okay, it's provisioning still. Let me refresh it. Still it will be provisioning. Okay, it will be coming to the active state. So this is the listeners. Already I have created the from HTTP port any request coming to this one, it will going to target 3, and this is what I created. So in the rules you can define, we have the rules. This is the rules by default. If you want to create any other rules, okay, if you can create that rule as well, you can create the rule, and listener will be the this one listener. Already this one add condition inside coming to one, you can add conditions. Okay, see this is what conditions. You want to pass any host address, you want to pass any path, you want to pass any HTTP request name, you want to pass any secure IP. So or you want HTTP header or core string. What are the you can pass with the URL. Based on that, it will be you can select it and create it. So sometimes, right, when request coming from youtube.com, it will be redirected to this server only. When request coming from /index.html or in login page, redirect to this server. You can define like that also. You can define rules here. Okay, as of now I am not showing. In next video I am going to show this one as well. Okay, as of now I have created only one condition. Just for understanding purpose, we have created multiple rules here. I will explain each and every rule in next video. Load balancers. Yeah, it is active state now. Manual be active state. So I am going to copy this URL, and I have getting this URLs, right? Now I will show you how this load balancer can be distribute the request between these two. If one EC2 is taking one request, when you request the same time for the more request from the external URL, it will be redirecting the another EC2 instance. So I will show you this one. I click on this one, run it. So here once you guys click on the load balancers, click on the required load balancer, then inside load balancer you can go it and listeners and rules. Inside this listener it is the existing listener rule. Okay, next I am going to click on this one, click on this rule. I am going to inside listener, I am going to add one more rule. Under the same listener I am going to add one more rule. Okay, what I am going to mention, right? So inside I am going to add one more rule here, add rule. So when request coming to HTTP with port number 80, it will redirect into this load balancer only. This load balancer forward the request to this target group. The target group forward the request to the EC2 engine. That's a common. Okay, I'm going to add one condition. What is the condition there, right? So we can use number of conditions here. Okay, see what condition will be there. Host header path, the host name, based on host name also it can be redirecting, based on path also it can redirecting, and based on HTTP request method also it will be going, and based on source IP you want to restrict only this IP only allow, if you are trying to another IP it's not going to work. Based on the IP also it will be working. The same way any header match, inside the headers we can throw some headers, based on the headers also it will be redirecting, and based on query string also it going to changing. So I'm putting as a query string right now. We have to pass the query strings. What query string you are going to pass with the URL. So okay, I'm using for the uh, key test key as a key, and key value as a value. Okay, and I'm going to add this one, confirm the query string. Okay, I added this query string already. So based on the query string it will going to forward the request. Okay, I'm going to select target group as T3. Okay, so similar thing, when port number is 80 to rewriting to the target groups, right? Similarly, when request coming with query strings instead of port, when request coming from query strings it will be redirect the request to the target group 3 as well. Okay, I'm going to click next and try to will can put it to 1 and click on next. I have two rules. See this, these two rules. Click next, create. So it's created. Now we can check whether how it will be working. Is equal to, you can pass like this, key test key, right? Test key equal to key value. Okay, I pausing what I have paused query string. I have pausing query string here. Let me see. See this, it will be rewriting, right? Based on query string only it will going to redirect. Is it clear? So like that, based on the host name, path name, what are the detail options we have, right? Based on that we can add those rules there inside the listeners, and according to that the request will be redirecting. Okay guys, clear?